So I talked about the mean time to resolve in a different video. But one of the ways we support that, particularly in barcode control, is a concept that is cattle versus pets. So this came from Microsoft a long time ago, and previously system admins used to configure each server by itself and uniquely. So they would log into it, run all the various commands or click all the various boxes that they needed to, and set up a server to do its job, potentially a couple of other jobs as well. But Sarah as a system admin and Bob as a system admin will configure these all very slightly differently. There may be, Sarah might have some experience from a previous company and know XY setting really helps in Z situation. And Bob may have never have encountered that. But the problem is they did it then, and you're relying on human memory and them not being distracted while that's going on. So we had a lot of success with that, but also a lot of failures. And when those devices fail, they're a bit like a pet. You look after them, you go back and you try and diagnose what's wrong. Is there something that we can change? Can you tweak the configuration? Can you tweak the hardware? Can you get back up and running? Now that sort of changed as we went to more infrastructure as code, and DevOps and those types of IT sort of ideas. And suddenly you're configuring servers via things like Chef and Puppet and Ansible, where the configuration is a text file. You literally set that configuration and the program configures that server, or you particularly PowerShell, you can set up scripts to build a DNS server or a DHCP server. And then if you have a problem, rather than trying to troubleshoot it, you can just choose to wipe the server, rebuild it from scratch quickly, very quickly. For example, I've got some scripts that will build a Windows server for barcode control in under 5 minutes. So that's the sort of cattle idea. You don't necessarily worry about that one that fails. You've got this sea of cattle and you're worried about the overall health of everything rather than individuals. We do this in barcode control with a sort of digital twin model where the servers have all that configuration. You set what you want that desk to look like, what that wall to look like, and then the server just deploys that config of what you want onto those devices. Now, if you need to change a device later on, as this platform grows and develops, we may have an upgrade, so you'll be able to deploy that configuration onto a new device. If someone spills coffee over a decoder, or tea, being British, you'll be able to swap out that decoder very quickly and get that config from the server onto that device rapidly. And it really supports getting that critical national infrastructure back up and running and monitoring it and doing that operator's day job rather than worrying about how they're accessing it.